great shape? Can you get in great shape, reach your fitness goals, lose the weight, get back to your playing style or your playing mobility while you're drinking on a regular basis? While you're drinking alcohol on a regular basis, do you think you can get into great shape? So I got a guy, he wrote in, gave me a little story. I'm gonna give it to you guys. 45-year-old man. He says he has a wife and two kids, and drinking has become a part of his life, his lifestyle, okay? So he's drinking at lunchtime sometimes. He's having 2 to 4 drinks at night after dinner. He's drinking socially with his friends. He has a drink when he's watching games. He has a drink when he goes to games. He pretty much, in a 30-day period, he's going to drink 25 to 26 out of those days. So he almost drinks daily, right? So it has become a part of his lifestyle, and he really enjoys it. But he realizes that he doesn't like what he looks like. He realizes he doesn't want to be the weight that he is, and he wants to get back to being very, very active and working out, right? He knows that he needs to start eating better and sleeping more regularly. So he wants to do all these things, but does not know if he's going to be able to do all these things and still drink. And he doesn't know at this age if he wants to give up the drinking, because that's his, small pleasure that he gets to indulge in, like most of us, right? So his question is, can he get in shape while still drinking? Is there a way that he could just dumb it down and he could still get in shape without losing that simple pleasure that he has? I thought that was a pretty good subject for us to hit on Lunchtime Logic today, right? So this is Lunchtime Logic. If you haven't been here before, this is I, Coach Mark, right? This is Transformation Station. And at lunchtime, guys, I eat lunch. You're probably eating lunch. And we talk about some health and fitness issues that someone may be having. They write in, they give me their story. We talk about possible solutions and try to get to some good advice. Now, in the comments, first of all, guys, the comments are there for you to use them. Do you understand? So they are not there just to look pretty. They are intended for you guys to use the comment section to put in comments to give this person advice, because we've all been there and we've all needed advice. A lot of us have not had someone to look to get the advice that we need, right? So it's very important that we help people out while they're sharing their story and they've been transparent. I will always tell you guys this. It is very hard to transform if you're not transparent, right? You got to be truthful with yourself, first of all, and then the people that are trying to help you, you have to be transparent with them. So as this person has been transparent and allowed us to use his story to speak about, the least we could do is give him a little bit of advice in the chat. So make sure you give your comments and chats. And if you've had past experiences with trying to get in shape, or you did get in shape while drinking, please put that in the chat as well, because these are real life situations. And guys, this stuff doesn't stop, right? When you're 55 years old, you'll still be enticed to have a couple drinks from time to time. When you're 60, if you're 35 now, in your 40s, people will entice you to have drinks, and you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to stay on your square. So it is a real thing, and we're going to treat it as such today, right? So also in the chat, guys, let me know what you're eating for lunch today. All right. Now, you guys will see a lot of times I have to go containers, right? I might be on the go. I might be coaching an in-person client today. So normally I have 3 sources of protein and 1 source of carbs, just to start this off. So if you're somebody that's wondering what to eat, right? Normally it's 5 ounces of each. That's normally a pretty good plate. Now, guys, obviously that varies, and we weigh our food and things, sometimes get different. But for those of you who track, and those of you who try to, build your plates around what would be more sufficient for you to get to your goals, for me, it works better for me to have 3 cups of protein or 15 ounces of protein on a plate with 1 cup of a good source of carbohydrates, or 5 ounces. That's how I normally try to go. All right. Sometimes it doesn't weigh out to 5 ounces for the carbohydrate, but it's normally a cup. All right. Now, for the young man who wrote in about being able to drink and get in shape. Now, we're going to make an assumption, because most of the time, guys, if people give me a detail about how much they want to lose, what how many inches they want to go down, or You know, if they're trying to put on muscle, where are they trying to go with their workout program and whatnot, right? It just gives you a better base of what their need is, what they want to do, what they're trying to do. So that gives me a little bit of help. But he didn't really say that. He didn't say, I'm trying to lose 40 pounds, I'm trying to lose 50. Most of the time, if somebody's asking for advice, they need to lose more than 10. Fair assessment. It's normally somewhere between 20 and 40. That's normally the starting point. So we'll just assume that this man wants to lose 30 pounds, okay? Because 30 pounds changes you. We talked about that yesterday. Now, he's become an avid drinker, and some people can drink socially and they can stay there for very long periods of time, meaning they just drink when they have friends around. But for some people, drinking turns into a way that they can unwind, right? At the end of a long day. Very inexpensive. You drink at home. You normally don't get into too many altercations. You don't get in trouble. You don't get DUIs. So for my at-home drinkers, I understand it. I also used to participate as well. Often, right? So this young man has gotten into the rhythm of drinking a lot. So it has become a habit. And some of you are going to say, oh, Mark, maybe he has a problem. Maybe he's addicted to it. And that's fair for you to assume, but we normally only attach addiction to certain habits, to certain daily habits. We don't say we're addicted to water. I drink water all day, every day. Am I addicted to it? Some of you eat snacks every single day. Are you addicted to snacks? So I understand the premise behind, you know, why we call it addiction, because obviously it can get out of hand, right? And there's a lot of negative aspects that come from it, but there are also things that a lot of us do every day that we wouldn't consider ourselves addicted to, right? Now, some of you might say, well, Mark, if he can't stop doing it, doesn't that mean he's addicted to it? He never said he couldn't stop doing it. He said he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. And one of the things that happens with a lot of us at middle age is that we have to do so many things every day. We have to get up and go to work. We have to get the kids ready. We have to take them to school. We have to go to the grocery store. We have to pay bills. A lot of people don't have anything that they're able to enjoy that they just want to do. So a lot of times you will see people have a few beverages, even if it's daily, because that's one of the only things they get to do that they want to do, not that they need to. Now, let's assess what really goes on while we're drinking, because there's a lot of different things outside of just calories, but we will talk about calories. Bro, when I speak from experience, I'm going to speak to you from experience when I say, when I was drinking every single day, and it's just every night, every evening, I should have said every evening, after dinner, let's say I'm drinking from 7 or 8 till 11 o'clock. A couple things happen when you drink every single day. Number one, you spend time and energy making sure that everything's set up for you to be able to drink every night. Okay? So that might mean going to the liquor store or the beer distributor. That might mean canceling plans or pushing off your creative, you know, a lot of you guys have a creative passion for something, and you'll push that off because, oh, it got too late in the evening, so I just sat down and had a couple drinks, right? You put off certain tasks you might have to do at home. in the yard. Because once you start drinking, you want to relax. Also, when we drink, we make poor eating decisions. It's already hard to make healthy food choices outside of when we're drinking. When we're sober, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, bro, it's very hard to make great meal choices. It's hard. Especially depending on how long you were eating unhealthy, how long you were just eating for taste, how long everything you did surrounded instant gratification. You understand? In that evening also, a lot of times you'll have mood swings, right? You'll have a conversation that turns into an argument. Whereas if you'd had that conversation during the day or even just sober, it wouldn't turn into an argument. How many fights have we had with our partner at night while we were both drinking? Or while just one of us is drinking? So it's a real thing. So when you drink every evening, you're opening yourself to bad food choices, being unproductive, opening yourself up to creating marital problems, right, with your spouse. You're not able to show up 100% for your kids in the evening. You're there, and I understand. You're like, bro, I've been doing this for years. What are you talking about? I could still show up. I understand that, bro, because it's not saying you don't show up at all. I'm saying you would have showed up better, okay? Now, calorie-wise, when we're drinking every single day, bro, every single day, we're consuming empty calories. Empty. Why are they empty? Because you're not getting any, because they're not nutrient-dense calories, bro. You're not consuming the proteins, the fats, the fiber. Some would say, oh, I mix it with juice, so I'm getting carbohydrates. Yeah, but bro, they're not carbohydrates from whole food sources. So it's not hitting the same. Now, so it's empty calories. And what we do at night, because guys, there's a ton of people that can talk to you about the toxic effect, right? What it does in your bloodstream, what effects alcohol has on your brain, which are all important. But when we're talking about simple habits or, you know, changes that you go through because you're drinking, it's just better to use some simple explanation. So if you have, so bro, the empty calorie concept, you might have eaten great all day. And most of you, if you're trying to get in good shape, you're in somewhat of a deficit, right? Most of you aren't in a maintenance phase. If you're in a deficit, bro, depending on what you drink, right? So let's say you drink vodka and fruit punch, right? Vodka and orange juice. Very basic drink, older drink, right? Been around for a long time. And you say, hey, they say vodka's, you know, low in calories for an alcohol. And it is, especially if it's just straight vodka. The problem is, guys, if you mix it with something, now you're getting those bad liquid calories that we talk about all the time. And the problem is that depending on how many drinks we have, right, it's a good chance not only are you going over your maintenance calories at the end of the night, but bro, the sugar content. So we're just sticking to calories. You'll probably go over that deficit, right? A lot of times you go over, or you just get back to maintenance. But the point is you're not in a deficit, okay? So let's talk about what the drinks are doing as far as the sugar content. So like I was saying, if you're mixing it with, or if you have flavored vodka, or you're mixing it with some type of orange juice, right? A lot of sugar. We'll just keep it simple. Ton of sugar. A ton of additives are for your sugar intake, bro. Again, now we're going over. And what that sugar does at that time of day, bro, it spikes your blood sugar really high and really fast, right? So to get those blood sugar levels down, now our body releases insulin. So because our body has to release insulin at that time of night, stops the fat burning process. When there's insulin in the bloodstream, sir, our body does not release fat from our cells. Fat loss is shut down. Fat oxidation is shut down. Because it's hard for the body to perform all these different processes at the same time. So it prioritizes. Now, our body detects the toxins in our bloodstream, right? Because alcohol is a toxin, it's foreign to the bloodstream. So because of that, again, our body shuts down all other processes until it regulates blood sugar and starts to filter out the alcohol. You understand? Well, let's say you ate dinner at 6, bro. And your digestion process is going on for three hours, let's just say. Your body's probably at a baseline at 9 o'clock, ready to start using fat for fuel. But now that process has come to a halt because your blood sugar is elevated and there's insulin now in your system, okay? I brought up food choices, but understand that your food choices at night are many times more critical than your food choices during the day. Because at night, we have a propensity to eat more, to overeat, like we were talking about drinking. We overeat at night, and then we seek comfort foods at night. A lot of times we've had a long day, right? And so if we had high levels of stress all day, which a lot of us do at work, dealing with the kids, whatever, we're gonna look for comfort foods. By the end of the day, we have decision fatigue already. So even if you don't drink at night, bro, it's a great chance that you're tired of making healthy choices. You're tired of making the right choice. You're tired of taking the extra time to weigh out your food. You understand? So the alcohol already makes you throw caution to the wind. So the types of foods that you would choose are going to change. The amount of food is also going to change. And let's be clear about something, bro. Let's be very practical about it. When's the last time that you were drinking a beer and you wanted a salad to go with the beer? When's the last time you were having a mixed drink, bro, and you went and cut up some fruit to eat with the mixed drink? That's not normally how it goes, bro. It's not normally how it goes. We actually crave starchy items when we're drinking. Peanuts, chips, Doritos, things like that. High in calorie, processed carbs. Not the peanuts. But peanuts can sneak up on you because we have to consume so many of them to be satisfied. We end up racking up a lot of calories, okay? Now, aside from that, along this fat loss journey, bro, you're gonna find that regular quality sleep is paramount for your body to rest and recover, testosterone production, lowering cortisol as well. All types of things happen when we sleep, when we drink. Now, a lot of studies and research show that alcohol interrupts your sleep, your quality of sleep. It takes you longer to get into a deep sleep, and your sleep quality throughout the night suffers. I'm not trying to debunk that. What I can say is that as you're drinking, we come up with different reasons as to why we don't need to go to bed. You're drinking with your friends. You don't want to tell them to leave just so you can go to bed. You're at a friend's house. You stay over there later because you guys are drinking. Even if you're drinking by yourself at home, bro. Oh, I'm going to just have one more. Oh, I'm going to just have one more. You know how many times I said that? Just sitting there by myself. I'm going to just have one more. So we don't prioritize getting to bed on time. And guys, you will hear this from me 4 million times. If you do not have a bedtime, notice I didn't say you meet the bedtime all the time, but if you don't have a bedtime, you will struggle to meet your goals. You will. Because most of you who are grown and have children, you don't have a lot of time in your evenings, so you have to get up a little earlier and do what you're supposed to do. So if you don't have a bedtime, guess what? And then, think about this. If you're used to sleeping from 10 to 6, and then you drink, and you sleep from 11:30 to 6, your body's used to 8 hours of rest. Now, you only got 6.5. So when it's time for you to choose between hitting the snooze button or not hitting the snooze button, what's going to happen? What's going to happen, bro? We're going to opt to hit the snooze button. Mainly because our body has not recovered fully. Our body's used to having 8 hours to recover. It gets on a rhythm, right? So aside from skipping whatever morning ritual we have, our body gets knocked off its rhythm. Now, guys, I'm not talking about when we stay up a little bit late on a Saturday night. I'm not talking about we go on vacation, we were gone for 3 days. I'm talking about every single night you're having a couple drinks, and one night you fall asleep because you're so tired, you fall asleep on the chair. And the other night, you got energy, so you stay up with your wife, and you guys are outside talking till 11:30 at night. That's too much back and forth. So it interrupts your sleep pattern, and your body's all over the place because one night it has 5 hours to recover, the next night it has 8. So obviously, the timing is off. Dehydration. Dehydration. Everybody knows that dehydrated feeling the morning after we have been drinking all night. And if you drink every day, bro, it's a good chance that you're in a constant state of dehydration. So when you're dehydrated, obviously, bro, you don't have the energy. How would you have the energy to wake up at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning and work out? You're dehydrated from the night before. So your body can start to hold on to water because it's feeling dehydrated. So then you're looking in the mirror and it looks like the weight isn't going anywhere. And for all intents and purposes, it isn't, right? A lot of it is water that we get rid of. But if your body is okay with getting rid of water on a constant basis, a certain amount of water, oh, we don't need all this excess water in our cells. But then there's something going on in the bloodstream, and the body feels like it needs to keep the water. It will hold on to the water, okay? Because what will happen is our kidneys start to try to flush out the toxins. That's why you'll start peeing a lot. And that sends a signal to the rest of the body, oh, we're going to lose water. So we have to hold on to water that we normally would release, okay? So instead of you releasing water overnight, getting up having to release water, your body's like, oh, nah, we gotta hold on to it. So because of that dehydration, bro, your body's now holding on to water, and you're not able to release water. So the guy next to you who might have lost 10 pounds in a month, you only lost 4. You only lost 4. Then obviously there are a whole host of problems that occur when we're dehydrated, you know, even our muscle building process, right? So that's why we talk about drinking water. And again, dude, I would imagine you probably drink a lot of water just to become dehydrated at night. Because from what you said, you probably drink after work. You know, you drink a little bit for lunch, but you're definitely drinking after work. And now that I said that, okay, let's transition to the daytime, because not all of you drink at night, right? Most drinkers have some at night as well, but that's not the only time. He said something about drinking on lunch, at lunchtime. When you drink at lunch, most of the time, bro, especially if you're the type that drinks in the evening, I know this used to happen to me, that sent a signal to the rest of my body that, oh, bro, we're on chill time. We're on chill time. That said to my brain, oh, it's time to sit down and chill. So I'm a lot less productive if I have a drink during the day, because most of us start drinking at night. Most people aren't lunchtime drinkers. They only have drinks at lunch. Most of the time we have our heaviest amounts of drinks in the evenings and on the weekends, right? So that signals our body that, oh, we're shutting down. We're about to chill out. We don't have to be super mobile, right? We don't have to get a ton of oxygen to certain muscles in the body, because we're chilling. If you guys remember, you know, our fathers used to drink. They used to drink and like build a deck on a Saturday, right? A lot of them were active drinkers, meaning they would drink while they were active. So it sent a different signal to their bodies, because as they drank, they were active the entire time. But most of us, as we evolved throughout the years, that's not what we do, right? Most of us, we don't drink on our job, okay? Or we shouldn't be. So when you're drinking at lunch, bro, that's slowing you down for the afternoon. And again, when we hit the evening, what are we doing? Now, let's address what you said about drinking socially and drinking with your neighbors and friends. What will happen is people will get used to you being the guy that drinks. I was there, bro. I'm the guy that drinks. I was the guy that showed up with the bottles. So everybody gets used to that. So as you're trying to slow that down, now these people are like, well, what are you talking about, bro? You're the guy with the drinks. When you get here, it's a party. And they're right for saying that. The problem is, bro, since you're the life of the party, when you show up, you never know how the rest of this afternoon or evening is going to go. So even if you had plans to take an evening walk with your wife and get in your steps, you go to your neighbors after dinner for a couple minutes, bro. Oh, here's Tim. When Tim comes around, we all drink. When Tim comes around, we all drink and have a great time. Let's have a great time. Even if Tim doesn't have a bottle, I got one. Let's get it. So, bro, that's what ends up happening. And so you get into all these social situations that maybe you just planned on having 1 or 2, and now it ends up 5 or 6. Because again, you're Tim, the guy that drinks. And when everybody sees you, hey, bro, you want a shot? Then they start just bringing you shots. They start bringing you drinks. So your initial question, and my initial question was, can you get in really good shape and still drink the entire time? Or regularly, I should say. And bro, I gotta tell you, I don't think it's a good idea. Man, when my transformation started and picked up momentum, that was the biggest thing I eliminated. Because bro, in this process, you'll see most of the changes you have to make are eliminations. You have to eliminate things. It's not so much you have to add a bunch of things. We have to eliminate. We have to eliminate the snacks from the pantry. We have to eliminate the habit of going to Burger King at lunchtime. We have to eliminate watching baseball or basketball till 12 o'clock at night. We have to eliminate the fact that we don't have a bedtime, right? Now, some could say that's adding a bedtime, but we all go to bed. So we all have a bedtime every night. It's just not structured. So because of that, we cut things out so that we can, you understand? Reducing the alcohol is going to give you major benefits and a major kickstart with your health and fitness, bro. You're going to, when you cut it down, and this is what I would do. If you drink every day, so let's just say you have 3 drinks a day. I would cut it down to 2 drinks every day. I would do that for 21 days. Next 21, I would cut it down to 1 drink every day. Then I would get to a point where I drink 1 drink every other day. And then move that to every 3 days. And so on and so forth, bro. And before you know it, your tolerance will change, obviously. But the habit of drinking, right? You start to clear out your system. Now, you will have an oral fixation, so you're probably going to be wanting to drink something, right? So, obviously, water is the best choice. But you can have tea. You can have some zero sugar juice. Zero sugar juice is I'm not trying to act like I'm an expert on that item, but it's a really great option if you can find one that you like the taste of it. Because the sugar content is what seems to be the biggest culprit in most of these drinks. Bro, what you'll start to see is that you're more well hydrated, you're more well rested, you're able to stick to a plan because alcohol interrupts plans. Alcohol interrupts, you have plans to go do things, and somebody shows up with a bottle. It derails the plans. That's what happens every time. So normally, if we're on a fat loss journey, normally in the next 4 hours, we have to do something that's going to benefit our transformation. Walking, gym, meal prep, eating, going to bed, right? Every 4 hours is something we got to be doing, right? Alcohol interrupts that, bro. Better quality sleep. Your body won't take as long to recover, right? And you'll be fully charged. So it's like if you put your phone on the charger and you turn it off and you lay it face down and it's in the other room. Most likely when you go pick it up in the morning, it's at 100%. But if it's right next to you in the bed and you're playing something on YouTube all night, and it might be on the charger, but every once in a while you wake up and pick it up and go, it's not going to be on 100% when you pick it up in the morning, bro. And that's what's happening to you while your body's supposed to be restoring and recovering all night. Your body's dealing with the alcohol in your system for a couple hours. Your insulin's elevated. Blood sugar levels. Bro, it's a real thing. And if this is every night, you're missing out on probably 2 to 3 hours of recovery time. So, yeah, you might be able to wake up and work out if you had some drinks the night before. I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you're not going to be nearly as effective. And guys, part of this is realizing that we need to be at optimum levels to be able to perform well in the gym, because what that does is then we don't dread it as much. You ever hear somebody say, oh, I killed that workout today? That's how you want to feel every time you work out. You don't want to feel like the workout killed you. So, bro, could you? Is there a chance that you could reach your goals while still drinking regularly every day? Yes. It's highly unlikely. Alcohol is the reason why many people have gone right back to where they were, even a higher amount of body fat that they're carrying around after it's all said and done. It's the reason why many people cannot string together a good 7 to 10 day cycle. Because you think about it, bro, you drink heavy on Friday night, you drink heavy on Saturday night. That derails you for probably 2 days, Saturday, Sunday. You might not recover all the way by Monday. Might take you till Tuesday to get back to it. Instead of the person who was able to refrain on Saturday, Sunday, they had the 6 days before, then they had the weekend, then they had 6 days after, and even if they had a drink at the end of that 6 days, right? Now we're talking 13 days. Guys, our body works on a rhythm. It's not talked about enough. But when the rhythm is interrupted, and the problem with drinking alcohol is, bro, it's never just going to be 2 drinks a day. There have been people that have gotten in great shape and they drink 2 glasses of wine every night with dinner. They are very disciplined individuals, family. And especially if you're getting back into shape. We have to build the habit we have to build some strong, consistent habits to build discipline. And it's hard for us to build those strong habits while we're drinking because we can't stay consistent. So once you've gone at 6 months and you've built all these great habits that you consistently do daily with your eyes closed, now it's kind of easy to say, I'm only going to have 2 drinks because your brain now has been rewired. And when you say you're going to do something, you do it. You've fasted, right? You're counting your calories. You've gone on runs. You've gone to the gym 40 days in a row. Well, yeah, refraining from getting that 3rd drink is pretty easy. Keeping it at an earlier time block is pretty easy. Staying away from your friends on the weekend, pretty easy. But you haven't been consistent at anything in a long time as far as your health and fitness is concerned, other than probably drinking. So you have to establish the consistency and the discipline. And then you could probably go back to it a little bit. But I would say dumb it all the way down, bro, as far as you can, and stay away from it for as long as you can. It's only going to help you. And I got news for you, bro. Most likely, drinking every day is not helping you get anything accomplished. And outside of your health and fitness. I don't know what area of life you're better at with alcohol in your hand. I just don't. All right. But I do realize it's a good tool that a lot of us like to use to relax. So depending on what stage you're at in your health and fitness journey, you can implement it from time to time at smaller amounts. But that's why you hear a lot of influencers talk about they don't drink at all. It's not so much that they wouldn't be able to handle. Their body can. Some of these guys, bro, they're genetic specimens. Not just because of their genetics, but because they've built so much muscle and because their body is so efficient and their metabolic rate is where it's at. Their body can handle that sugar in the bloodstream very well, right? Because it's going to turn into glucose. They can handle it very, very well. But they know it just leads to other bad habits. It leads to being around people who also have bad habits, right? And so we are, very heavily influenced by the people that we hang around. So that's the thing. Now, guys, remember, in the comments, please tell me, do you think you could get in shape, or have you gotten in shape by drinking regularly or daily, right? And what do you think that this young man should do with this? Again, guys, this is Lunchtime Logic. We are going to come in here at lunchtime every single day, Monday through Friday. And I'm going to have lunch, and you are free to have lunch as well. And we're just going to talk about some health and wellness topics and how they relate to our relationships, our careers, our parenting, right? Our friend group, our families, because it does affect those things. And so rarely, people talk about getting in shape and doing this and doing that. A lot of times, rarely do we talk about how it's going to affect us away from the gym, right? Away from the kitchen. And we all got to live our lives, whether we're in shape or not. All right. So this has been amazing. It's always great to come in here with you guys and share some ideas and give some advice. So make sure you hit the comment box. And if you are like this gentleman and you may need some one-on-one coaching to get you through that first phase, right? To get you through that first 12, 15 pounds. Click the link in my bio, schedule a free consultation. That's a free consultation, guys. No hooks, no promos, no nothing. We'll have a talk and figure out if we're right for each other, because we might not be. You might have some needs that I can't meet, or you might be on a trajectory that I can't help you get to, okay? But if we are a good fit, then we can see what type of plan we could work out to get you some one-on-one coaching, all right? So it is your guy, Coach Mark. This is Transformation Station. This has been the Power Hour, Lunchtime Logic. My Power Hour is a session that I'll be doing for my members only group soon. So that's why that was fresh on my mind. But this is Lunchtime Logic. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's have a good day.